In a couple of short weeks here, as in most of the rest of the world, our lives have been turned upside down. It's really important to remember that we're in this together, and COVID-19 is affecting the lives of every single South African. Whilst we all need to do our bit to prevent the spread of the virus, if we're to come out the other end in the best ways possible, our thinking and actions at this time need to be for the collective best, and not for our own safety and security at the cost of compromising others. The term social distancing is now on the tip of every tongue, and necessarily so. Yet humans are generally not made to live in isolation. Contact and touch is important to our mental and physical well-being. In an unprecedented crisis like this, though, it is even more important to maintain a physical distance to avoid as far as possible spreading the virus. But the knock-on effects are likely to be spread over time, as people begin to feel increasingly more isolated from each other. Shaking hands, hugs, or even a tap on the shoulders out of the question. But thinking about it, social distance doesn't mean we have to be coldly removed. Eye contact with a bigger smile than usual, a hand on the heart to show that you care, the namaste hands to say hello or goodbye. We can still connect without necessarily making physical contact if we just put a bit of extra effort into it. And actually, the economic consequences of the reaction to the virus stand to be many times worse than the actual virus itself. A big contribution to our economy comes from small owner-run businesses, and the signs are strong that many of these will not survive the crisis. What will be the impact to our country if there's no consolidated effort to help them to stay afloat? The government's not in much of a position to assist, but corporate South Africa can do quite a bit. Consider the options that exist to be supportive of your small business suppliers before you decide to cancel contracts and stop purchasing altogether. They're more than just suppliers, they're people with families too, and they employ people with families. Another aspect is stockpiling at the expense of those who can't. When there's nothing on the shelves, how does the mom who's stopping by a supermarket to get groceries to feed her family dinner that night manage? Maybe we just need to think a little more about the cause of our actions. We're all interconnected, and how we think about the situation now will determine how well we get through this. Fear dulls our intelligence, it leads to scarcity thinking, and it harms our collective immune system. On the other hand, as we replace fear with proactive thinking, self-interest with compassion, and scarcity with abundance, opening our hearts, our collective immune system will become much more resilient. As a nation, our connections will be tighter and more resourceful. We will collectively emerge stronger. This crisis can bring out the worst in us, or it can bring out the best in us. What will happen? We at Metaco commit to lifting our game. Can you? Will you?